Kindly take your seats. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to one and all present over here. Honorable Chairman and Founder Trustee Dr. Harish Chandra Mishra Sir, respected trustees Shri Ashish Mishra Sir and Shri Aditya Mishra Sir, Dean of Management and Director AIM Sir, Dr. Balakrishna Parab Sir, our esteemed guest, respected professors and dear students. I, Yukta Bobra, and my co-host Janvi Bane will be your host for today's session. So, to mark the beginning of this session, we request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem. जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाता जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you everyone. We request everyone to kindly take your seats.
To proceed, I would like to invite AIMSR Director Dr. Balakrishna Parab Sir to facilitate our distinguished guest and architect Jamshed Bhivandiwala Sir to come forward and facilitate our guest with the memento. It is my honor to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Shiv Tripathi Sir. Here is a short introduction about Sir. Dr. Shiv Tripathi Sir is Dean of Faculty at Berlin School of Business and Innovation, formerly Vice Chancellor of Atmiya University and board member of the Humanistic Management Network. Sir brings 25 years of experience in teaching, research, and academic leadership. Dr. Tripathi has been visiting faculty, researcher at institutions including Coventry University, UK, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, India programs in Tanzania, HEC Paris, University of Witwatersand, South Africa, ISAE, Brazil, and BITS Pilani. He has collaborated with organizations such as NTPC India and INASP UK and delivered talks across more than a dozen countries. He regularly participates as a guest speaker in a master course at the university at St. Gallen. His academic interest spans ethics, humanism, sustainability, strategy, supply chain, and higher education management. I now take the honor of inviting Dr. Shiv Tripathi Sir to kindly address the gathering and begin today's guest session.
Thank you very much for very kind and generous introduction. Very good afternoon, and namaskar to you all. Director of the school, Professor Parab, Professor Bhivandiwala, dear faculty colleagues and dear students. First, I am thankful to the management of this wonderful institution for giving me opportunity to share next few minutes or an hour some of the thoughts on business education, management education, higher education, which always remains one of my learning areas. When I started teaching in 1997 with a small group of 8 students who were studying BBA, and till date, every day I find whenever I interact, I have some learning from that experience. So I'm so excited that this is going to be another learning experience with this wonderful cohort, all the young and bright minds, aspiring managers, leaders, and future leaders of various multinationals, NGOs, organizations, government. While discussing about the topic, Professor Parab asked me that what topic I would like to select. So initially I thought, okay, I should be talking something on sustainability. Nowadays it's very much in fashion. Or I should be selecting AI and its impact on this. But then I said, no, let me talk what I love to live. And that is how we can make our journey in management education more effective, engaging, and meaningful. And that's from where I would like to take it forward. A few things. Most of you would have done your undergraduate. I think all of you are from postgraduate programs. Yeah. All of you have done your undergraduate. And I'm sure you would have seen some changes in your education, learning journey when you did your undergraduate and today when you are a student of a master's program. Can I ask any one of you to just raise hand and say what one or two changes you have experienced, that what do you think is the really a change that you can say that it is different from what you did in when you were at undergraduate and what today you are experiencing? Any one of you? Feel free, it's an interactive session and we would like to build it together rather than I'm in the preaching mode and delivering, and that's why I'm not using any PowerPoint or so. Any one of you, which if you think that there has been one change when I was a student of undergraduate and today when I am studying, there is one area which I feel has changed. It could be anything related to your examination, related to your assignment, related to your classroom, related to your curriculum, related to your field work, related to your internship, anything. Any one of you? Yes.
I became more confident coming in post-graduation as I was not this much confident in undergraduate.
Okay, so you feel more confident here and you were not that confident at undergraduate level. That's an outcome of something what you are experiencing, the process. And what do you think are why you feel so confident all of a sudden? There has not much changed. Why you feel that in 1 year or 2 years when you are at undergraduate and when you are today at postgraduate, what has changed in that which makes you feel more confident and which makes you feel that you are going to?
Because I think that in undergraduate there were not many opportunities. As in post-graduation, we visit industries or talk with other.
You visit industry. Now, one point comes that, okay, the point that is making difference is you visit in industry. And when we say industry, it is being close to practice. So one change that you are feeling now, that the earlier education which you had less opportunity to be close to the practice what you were learning about. And today you are close to the practice, and that's why you are feeling more confident. And this is what, when we say that engagement and experience in management education, one of the areas that we often discuss about, how can we be close to what we are talking about? In most of, for example, I'll give you some example. You have courses like entrepreneurship. You have course or module on leadership and management, right? We often talk about a good leader is this, a good leader is that. These are the 10 do's and don'ts of a good leader. Characteristics of leader. Someone will be referring to Stephen Covey's 7 habits of highly effective people and 8th habit. One will be talking about something else. But unless we know that how we live as a leader, how we act as a leader, rest all is about talking. It's all about, we are talking. We say, yeah, I remember my first MBA class of entrepreneurship in 1994-95. And my faculty who came very respectfully, he came and he said that entrepreneur has a risk-taking capacity, risk-bearing ability. I said, fine. I also remembered that I wrote in examination, I got very good marks. But I did not realize what is the meaning of risk-taking and what is the meaning of risk-bearing unless I tried to sell something first time in the market by investing something. So when it comes to management education, one of the very important point that you raised, it is not about industry, it is about being close to practice. And now let's zero in on this issue. In order to enhance your experience, and in order to be close to what you call being close to practice, what do you think are some of the ways how you can be close to practice? Any one of you. What are some ways come in mind when we say that being close to practice? Industry visit is one. Any other? Yes, please. Subjects. When you say subject, what you... Yes. So nature of the subject, like, so this is like our job to make sure that Professor Parab and team will make sure that all the subjects that you are studying are very close to practice oriented. And but the second part which comes and which is more important in that when we can design a very good, nowadays you see, you give one right prompt and you can have a very good syllabus world class standard generated, and after that some vetting and qualitative, and then you can approve. But the most important part is how we are going to realize it, because every content, every curriculum, when you look at a subject or a syllabus, there are 3 parts. One is the content, what you call the topics listed when we say organization behavior, individual behavior, human motivation, learning in the organization, groups, whatever it is. Second, then comes the issue of how each of the topic is going to be delivered. Is it classroom lecture? We are going for case study sessions. We are going for some group tasks, seminar, workshop, assignment, whatever. And third is assessment. That how you are being assessed, that how you are going to be. We will be talking less on content and more on the other 2 parts. For meaningful engagement and experience, we have tried few things, and that I would like to highlight here without trying to market my institution. That one is, we all do the case studies, right? We discuss the case studies, Harvard 30 pages or Ivy 6-10 pages. You come prepared, a teacher comes in the class, sometimes we act like a movie star, move here and there, throw chalks here and there, and we say, okay, what happened, what should be done, what is the solution, why? And we all feel very, that's fine, that's one method. You can also try to look into writing the cases. Writing the cases, when I say, it may not be the 20-page standard publication, but it could be something. If you observe some marketing issue, being faced by one of the fast food chain near where you stay. And just you capture that and document it, and in 400 words or 600 words discuss with your faculty, and then your faculty may help you to enhance it, and then maybe in your classroom you can share it, what we call the process of co-creation. The process of co-creation is very, very important, but in any learning, but in management education, because you see, if you are a student of engineering, if you are a student of pharmaceutical sciences, or you have some tangible techniques and tools where you are working on and you are gaining expertise, that you are working on this particular machine, you are working on this particular software. In management education, most of the skills that you have is intangible in nature. Only you feel it that I am gaining good decision making, but how to measure that decision making, there is no precise measurement for that. So to do that, only important thing is, and this takes me to the point why, if you map the expectation of the stakeholders in business school, why we all are here? For a good career, for a good employment, good career, good life. And how I will get that? Because when I will be accepted by another stakeholder who is the secondary customer of this sector, the industry and corporates, then I will be successful. And what are they looking for? Don't go at job descriptions, which HR advertises always, that we are looking for dynamic, team player, collaborative, all the qualities highlighted in the job description. And when you write, consultants train you often that, okay, when you customize your CV, you also align it to and say that, okay, I am the best problem solver in the world, I am highest creative person in the world, I can meet all the job expectations, that is fine. But when you face what we call the moment of truth, when for 2 minutes, when you and your employer, potential employer, face to face, when you are sitting, they look into what evidences you have in terms of, in those 2 minutes, to demonstrate that you have the skills, what they are looking. It is not anything about CV. It is not anything about what you have written and claim. It is not anything about the grade cards. And these are the, like, most of you would have studied motivation theories. And in Hertzberg theory, there is a hygiene factor, and these all are hygiene factor, not the motivators for employer or potential employer to recruit you. So how you are going to shape yourself for making those 2 minutes are going to be in your favor, it all depends on how rest of the 2 years you are going to spend here. And that's why I suggested that engagement with the process is very, very important. I'm not trying to preach you anything, because when you say that you have to grow in your career, you have to emerge as a leader, certain characteristics are there. When we say, okay, come to the classroom, and often we say that coming to the classroom, preparing case studies, sometimes what happens? We don't get time, we are busy we have many things. Sometimes we may not get time, so in group we discuss with our friends, okay, what were the main questions, what were the main issues, what are the 4-5 points we write, 15 minutes we ready. And then in the class the instructor asks that, okay, what is the solution? I said, yes, I know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And nowadays most of the case study solutions of popular cases are available on AI. So once you give the command, it will give. That is the major challenge we are facing as an educator, that earlier at least one had to search Google for the solution. Now most of the cases which are listed on these databases, the solution is there. So just you can download it, you can remember it like examination question, and then you can answer it. But there is a but in this. The very spirit of running the case in the class is when it started from Harvard Business School and many of the leading business schools which really implement it in the way it should be. The spirit was not that to get you to the solution, but to develop you in the skills, analytical thinking. We say analytical thinking. In a CV we can write analytical thinking, but what is analytical thinking? What is critical thinking? Unless we are in a position to assess both the sides, and when there are three solutions, in case studies there is no single solution, and when you look at multiple solutions, you as a manager, as a leader, you have to be in a position to critically assess the positive and negative of all the solutions possible, and knowing that there is no one single fit. How you develop this? Not by referring to a tech note, not by referring to your friend, but unless you try to engage yourself with that what it is about. And that takes me to the other point, that when we start the journey in management education, how many times you reflect that what have been discussed today in the classroom, and where I can apply this in my surrounding, in my personal life, in my observation. I have studied a theory of learning, I have studied motivation, I have studied leadership, where I can find the example. What I learned from that, how I can develop, if I have to do this, how I can act as a leader. This takes time. Making presentation is easiest thing. Making note is easiest thing. We can prepare for 2 days and we can make a good presentation, 10 very good designed decorative PowerPoints, fully packed with information, good communication, and then you are done. But to take you to right job is not the presentation. To take you to the right job is the thought process that you have developed. You start thinking like a manager. You start thinking like a team player without saying that I am a team player. You are left in a group with the 5 different nationalities or different diversified group, and then you demonstrate in 15 minutes time that how you can coordinate irrespective of any influence of culture. That's what will demonstrate that a type of team player you are, rather than just looking into. So what I want to say, that when we are starting, first thing is always to keep in mind what stakeholders are expecting from us. We are also a stakeholder as a student, as a learner. What I expect, we have to be very clear in order to have a clear growth path, learning path. But at the same time, what your faculty members want from you, and why do they want so? Because they also want. It is not like a system where we all are in tension with each other. It is a system where we all want you to take to the common goal, a common point, where faculty members are there to help you. You are there to help yourself, and everyone wants you to succeed, to be successful in your career. You want to get good placement, you want to have good life. So we all are there together. So when you know that what is expected, and when you know how I can prepare to reach at that point, the journey becomes slightly easier. Because we have clarity. For anything in life, we need to have clarity that what I want, what I am heading towards. Sometimes someone says, nowadays AI skills are in demand. Often I say, most of the job reports, whenever I get chance to discuss in any forum or anywhere, people say most of the jobs today will not be present in 3 years time. World Economic Forum report, World Bank report, and blah blah blah, number of other things, and these things may not appear. I said, fine, but what will be there? And then people have no answer. So we have to, because we are under such a turbulent time, you all know, industry practices are changing, technology integration is at full flow. Even within education, the way technology is being integrated is very, very at fast pace, the integration happening. So how we have to align to that, what we often call that, it is not about challenging the technology, it is not about integrating the technology and just, it is all about, when we say, for example, when we talk about AI, we say understanding the right prompt. That's it. You can use it, you can misuse it. You can be very effective using AI. You can just work with AI for days, for weeks without any productive result. If you know the right prompt, AI will be complementing your efforts. If you don't know the right prompt, you will be just in the jungle of AI, moving from one point to another. So if the environment is changing, for what is the implication for a business manager, for a leader, how we can understand the right prompt? Because this problem we faced, and I will take 2 minutes to cite this example. We have our examination system where there is no controlled copy book type of exam. It is based on assignment and essay. Like most of the subjects, you write one essay, 3,000 word, 4,000 word, like research paper, and it is assessed, and then you get the grade. After AI, the issue came up that we started receiving very high quality essays. All are the best. And when, there are now packages. One, first you put and you create, and then you put it and you say that humanize this. So even Turnitin or best of the software you are using will not detect. It will say 0% or 1% AI and nothing more than that. Being a dean, I had a challenge. And then after some meetings, because it is not that we are against you using or against the students using but because we want you to gain something meaningful, because examination or assessment is not for just a measurement. It is also to help you to learn something, that what you are supposed to learn. So we found a way. We said, okay, let's give an assignment problem that this is the topic. Use 2 different AI packages to produce an essay. Compare the prompt that you gave and write your reflection on which one is better and why you feel so. So now still you are now using it officially, but officially you are using at the same time, one is learning about how to use it in a right way and what are the benefits that we have, and learning that we wanted to happen, that happened. Because we don't want you to just write a paper. We want you to write, if it is a project management, then you have to say what are the risks in the project management based on the evidences you have seen. So you can collect those evidences from AI search, but then you need to know why you are calling it a risk and what type of issues has caused this risk. So this is the one way. Why I said that, I mentioned that to make this meaningful, you need to know your stakeholder expectations. And with stakeholder expectations, the equally important is what are the changes which are happening today in our surrounding. Technology is one. And another area I mentioned in the beginning, that is gradually within companies, although it varies from one context to another depending on size of the company, depending on which country it exists, the focus on sustainability parameters. And when we say sustainability, it is not only the environment, it is economic, social, and environment balance, triple bottom line, what you call. So most of the companies now have formal mechanism for sustainability reporting. And if you look at the sustainability reporting framework and parameters, you will see it includes number of issues from social sector, from other like gender issues, like benefits, rights, other thing, in addition to environment and climate. So these two are the major changes. Particularly some of you would be, if you are targeting in project area or real estate or say logistics sector jobs or hospitality or finance, you will see that sustainability is one of the important area which has influenced the practice. Like anything, it was not before 5 years back. So how aware you are, how you are linking what you are studying in the mainstream to what is expected because of the changes which are happening in the environment, that is also very, very important. And finally, it is up to you that how you come every day, how you spend your time, how productively you align to what you want to achieve as a student, as a learner in this area. Now, I think with this trigger, let's open the discussion and open the question answer. Any questions, any thoughts, any what you feel that how you can make it more meaningful, what, because I can preach you from this side, but you will have many tensions that okay, you told me, you will say that okay, it's very good to deliver in lecture, but this is how you, if you have any question, please let's open and we need to discuss. Yeah. Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Cheryl. As you said, with the advent of AI, people are increasingly supplementing their work and learning to these resources. Do you think it's affecting the output, and to what extent it's affecting the productivity?
Thank you. I would say it depends on for which task you are using it. I'll give you one example. If you suppose you are asked to write 1000 words on some topic, you can ask AI that give me 20 good resources latest which have been published on this topic. Based on that, you can screen, you can put it in your own words and you can write. That is the one example. Second, you can also ask AI, you give the topic and you say that you write 1000 words, and it can write you 1000 word and just you will make superficial corrections and you can also produce. You will see the difference. So depending on the task, you have to make a judgment that how I mentioned you that technology is always to complement our efforts, not to replace our efforts. And technology, because it has been created by human mind, so I believe that it can never replace human mind. I come from that old school of thought. So it can produce wonderful result, but it requires qualitative judgment of human intellect. So whenever you are using, first see if it is to produce an Excel sheet and you are using, use it, because you have produced the data and just for that you can do that. But if or you have to create a Gantt chart in your project, you can do that. But when it comes to create something, and particularly I am very much cautious about the ethical use of generative AI. When you are using generative AI, then you have to be very careful that for what task you are going to use it, and you have to make a judgment. In both the cases, it will produce result, but how it will contribute to your learning depends on how you have decided to use it. Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Utsav Bhatt. I just wanted to ask that there is like plethora of resources now, and education has shifted very broadly. So every topic has thousand subtopics, and with AI, there is even more penetration in the depth. So there is a T kind of a curve where you have to learn everything and just specialize in one thing which you are interested in. So how are we going to, like, in next 2 years, when I don't know how much AI is going to progress and how much will I be relevant for the market? So what do you suggest? What exactly are the skills I should study?
Thank you. I will try to answer your question based on my experience, how I do this. Uh, we know that even before AI, when we used to Google some topic, we used to come across number of things, resources, starting from Wikipedia to Scopus Index Journal and textbook and so on. First thing is, for every topic or every task for which you are going to use, you have to develop your metrics. that what you define as what will define it as a quality resource or authentic resource. There may be many things, there may be opinions, there may be blogs, there may be many things. That's why I've mentioned that when AI writes, it doesn't discriminate between a blog content and a scientific content. But when you select it, you know that which content is scientific and which you can rely on, and that's where you have to use your metrics before you are going to use it. Any yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Aman Gupta and I am studying business analytics. So my question is, how much importance is punctuality in management studies? Because personally, there are many times where I get late, be it coming to lectures or going somewhere to meet my friends. So how can we be more punctual, and how does it affect, like if we go in a company or in any formal invitations, how is being punctual on time help us?
This is very difficult question for me because I entered for 30 minutes delayed in the hall.
Yeah, it's difficult for me because I get late to it many
No,
events.
but I will try to answer you. The punctuality, you see, unless you are working in an environment where it's a flexi work and then you can, physical presence is not required, that is a different exceptional case. In most of the cases, because if I am delayed by 30 minutes and there are 100 students sitting in this room, it is not 30-minute delay, it is 3000 minutes of time loss. And being a student of management, we have to always optimize. So we cannot afford it. Sometimes you are in an authority situation, and when your colleagues are waiting and you enter 40 minutes delayed, it's fine because you are boss. But you have created damage in your organization in terms of the productivity loss of, if there are 10 persons into 40 minutes, 400 minutes, and you can't say anything. So the bottom line is not to be delayed, always be punctual. However, exceptions are there. Now it doesn't mean that you have to jump somewhere and then you have to land like a Bollywood movie or Hollywood movie. You have to be in realistic way. Try to, if you know that, and it happens, we all are human beings. We have, sometimes we study late night, up to 1 o'clock we are studying. Some of them are not in a good habit to go get up early morning and study in the morning. Some will study late night, someone will. But we need to also know that if 10 o'clock is the class, then I have to be there at 9:50 because it is not their concern whether I am studying 5 o'clock in the morning or 2 a.m. in the morning. So that adjustment we have to do because it depends. It is not the learning. Still, we have not moved to a state where learning is individually designed and individual centric. It takes place collectively. There are certain peer learning requirements, some group tasks, some other thing. So it is always advisable to be as much as possible towards being punctual, right? Yes, please. Please.
I also wanted to ask how, like, procrastination is moreover related to being punctual. So how can we avoid procrastinating things, and maybe it will help in being punctual?
Procrastination is also often considered as a stress response. Some of the recent studies have proven that sometimes due to stress, we try to delay the things and we try to avoid, okay, we will do it later, why to do it now? And that's, if that is something, then you have to always keep watch on that. If the moment you develop the thought, okay, let's do it later, why to do it? I'm not feeling mentally comfortable to do it now. Immediately you think, why I am thinking so? And why not to do it now? Consult your peer, your teachers, and gradually, when you talk about it more and more with your friends, your faculty members, or anyone whom you like to talk about, you will see that gradually it reduces, because you are releasing your stress related to it. And this helps. I have tested it myself. Everyone faces, it is not like that, everyone faces some at one point or another, that okay, when we are overloaded, we say, okay, let's leave it, we do it now. But then no. So keeping this, and of course prioritization, and knowing that map, that which is immediately required, which is later, this helps. So management techniques help.
Sir, I should thank you for a wonderful talk. Though I'm not from the fraternity, I got a lot to learn from. I have a comparatively personal question, and if you could throw some light, I'm sure it will inspire us all. One is that we find you at a very high post, sitting in a European, in a European country. You're heading a school, and we would like to understand from you, sir, what is it in life that has got you to move to so many places, to reach such heights? Is it only discipline? Is it, what is the Mool Mantra? What would you credit in life for your success in life? And if that can be of some inspiration to us.
Thank you for this. You know, it's like a journey of Columbus. I have never found that, and if you find it success, I'm so happy that today I can see that I'm success. I have some success, but no, it's all about searching for purpose. And sometimes while searching for purpose, moving from, we all are human, we have Maslow's need theory. And while trying to fulfill those needs, if at the same time I can get somewhere something, this is how I landed to the different position. But once I have landed at some place, it is all about how best I can deliver there, what best I can contribute there, and what best I can learn from there. So that's it. So it's all about need satisfaction. There is no special mantra, and I have never defined any mantra. It is just always in search of something what I love. And then if I get it, that is fine. If I don't get it, that is also fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have a different type of programs like master's degree and undergraduate degree. At master's level, we have specialized programs and MBA. MBA is more of a multidisciplinary, like we design MBA program. We have global MBA, we have executive MBA, we have professional master's global MBA. We operate at 4 campuses. One is in Berlin, another in Barcelona, Paris, and Hamburg. So 2 in Germany, 1 in France, and 1 in Barcelona. At all these campuses, we offer MBA. In Spain, we offer Spanish and English, both mediums. In addition, we have around 17 other master's programs ranging from digital marketing MSc, logistics, supply chain MSc, project management, real estate management, sports management, data analytics, information technology management, all these areas, finance and investment, entrepreneurship and innovation, all these masters we offer. But at one campus, it may be differ that at Berlin campus, we offer most of this, but at other campuses, even we have program in maritime and shipping management. So a specialized program. So we have generic MBA plus we have a specialized masters. And the model of these programs is very interesting. We have not more than 12 hours of classroom teaching during the week. During week, not more than 12 hours for any program. Maximum 12 hours. Means 3 sessions of 4 hours. Each session divided into 3-4 parts. We have our very good didactic model, what we call our BSBI didactic model. That is, if there is a class of 4 hours, 45 minutes or 1 hour of discussion lecture like this, another 1 hour of case discussion, another 1 hour of workshop activity, and another 1 hour of summing it up and closing the topic. And so in that way, so total like this 3 sessions maximum for any program, and for each term we have 12 weeks, and during the term we deliver 2 modules only. So if a term of 12 weeks, term 1, only 2 modules, but it will be heavily loaded, and total MBA, like we teach around 24 to 26 as per AICTE and regulatory body model. We have total 6 modules, that's it, for entire MBA. 6 modules, but it captures most of the topics which are included in the other modules that we design here. So 6 modules, like 2, 2, 2, and for 3 terms. And then we have dissertation and project, which is for 6-month duration, where actually it is like doctoral like work, and students work seriously on the project. And then, so this is how we operate, and this is what we are delivering. But engagement of the student is very important. When I say 12 hours of classroom, the beauty of that is independent learning of at least 20 hours is linked to that 12 hours. And design of the class is such, when a student is coming from first class to second class, if one has not spent that 15-20 hours of independent learning, will feel like there is nothing in the class, because they have that much pressure load to do while they are coming. So we transfer the learning to students, that they are the drivers of the learning, that okay, we are facilitator coach, 12 hours we give, or 10 hours this week, and before they come to the class next week, they should be in position and they should be learning again. So this is how we do this. Yes, please.
Namaste, sir. My name is Omkar, and it is nice. It is wonderful listening to you. So my question is that, and I'm very curious to know that how to be a good speaker like you.
If I'm a good speaker, I take it as a compliment. Thank you. But it is all about learning and practice. When I remember when I spoke for my first debate in my school, time given to me was 5 minutes, and after 1.5 minutes I had no content, and I had to just stop, and then now I can speak and talk to you. That is, it's all about learning. There is no formula or nothing like, just keep on repeating, keep on learning, and it will continue.
Thank you, sir.
ना मैं हो गया
Any more questions?
Okay. Thank you very much. It was wonderful to be with you.
That was indeed an enlightening session. On behalf of everyone present, we extend our heartfelt thanks to you, sir.
Before we conclude, let us once again express our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Shiv Tripathi, sir, for sharing his valuable time and insights with us today. Thank you, sir, and we wish you continued success ahead. We also thank our respected teachers, non-teaching staff, and students for being part of this guest session and making it meaningful. This is me, Yukta Bobra, and my co-host Janvi Bane signing off. We request everyone to kindly remain stand until our dignitaries leave.